You're live. Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Trying something different tonight. Instead of using my computer with the webcam, I'm just put my phone on the tripod on a desk, so it looks more or less like the same view. What? Come here. When Leo's down there. Come here, bud. All right, so this is another beer I got on 𝗕𝓐. And I can't believe it's been sitting there for a while. I haven't reviewed it yet. This is Bombastic Brewing Shiver Coffee Stout with 𝓕𝓻𝓮𝓮𝓀 Coffee, 10.5 ABV. They're out of Idaho. It looks like this is contract brewed. No foam on it. Well, I mean, there was some foam when I poured it, but it fizzled away like a soda. What, dude? Come here. You want to get on camera? There we go. Leo loves the lick, the can. That shut him up. Alright, so let's give a whiff. Yeah, I mean, I could smell it as soon as I pop the can, and I mean, it is classic imperial coffee stout, so big coffee, like real genuine coffee aroma on here, you know, along with a roasty flavor. It doesn't have like that kind of almost iced coffee aroma like your more like table strength stouts tend to have. I don't think you're gonna like it. So to me, this is like, you know, like big, bold, like French roast type coffee. I mean, maybe that's what's in here. I'm not familiar with this coffee roastery. Silky but bold imperial stout with notes of dark chocolate mixing with 𝓕𝓻𝓮𝓮𝓲𝓷 coffee to create a delightful espresso flavor. A sipper for dessert or breakfast, if so inclined. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have this for breakfast. Although, I mean, you know what's nice about tavour is that almost all the cans they get, with a few exceptions, are full, you know, 16 ounce, 500 ml pint cans. So again, as far as appearance, you know, inky black. I mean, it was, when it was pouring, I could tell it was a super dark brown, not quite your Marshall Zukov, you know, spent motor oil black, and kind of disappointing that there's no foam. But you know, when you get over, you know, in double digit ABV, unless you throw like a shit ton of hops or throw some wheat in there, that's kind of normal. So anyways, I'm rambling, almost 3 minutes in. Let's give it a taste here. Cheers. Yeah, definitely a pretty strong coffee stout. The palate is a bit simple. It's I mean, I get like kind of a general fruity background flavor, and then the coffee emerges like right at the apex, and it finishes fairly clean. I'm surprised. Yeah, so kind of a dark chocolate up front and a general kind of fruity flavor, almost like a cherry flavor. I mean, it's pretty normal with dark malt beers. And actually, it's like the more I drink it, wow, that coffee fades quick. Wow, I'm surprised. Um, there was some, you know, real coffee flavor and kind of bitterness on the finish. The first sip, oh, let me see. You can see the brown here. I don't know what's driving Leo crazy. So, you know, when I smelled it, I was like, man, this is like KBS. But when I'm tasting it, I mean, it's not bad, but it's it doesn't quite live up to what I was expecting. I mean, especially if you got 10.5 ABV, and like they're mentioning the roastery right on the label there. Again, I've never heard of it. I don't. It's probably a Pacific Northwest thing, but you know. So to me, this is just kind of like a. Actually, the more I drink it, the more I realize it's kind of like a mild imperial stout. It finishes way too clean. Like there should be like a roasty bitter coffee flavor aftertaste, and this finish is like, wow, almost like almost like perfectly clean. Like you know what's funny is like 10.5 ABV, and I let this warm up for a little too. I'm not getting like any, you know, boozy alcohol heat, which I mean that's always nice, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel like that heavy of a beer. Like I'm drinking this, and like if I was drinking this blind, I'd probably put it at like 7 or 8, like nowhere near 10.5. It's a little undercarbonated too. Feels like it almost kind of feels like a flat soda. And it, like the mouthfeel is actually I'd say it's like medium tops. You know, big 10.5 ABV stout. You want like a full chewy body. This one is it's almost, it's like too. Well, I mean, it's smooth, yes, but it's also a little thin. It's a little too smooth and thin for its own good. Yeah, kind of disappointing. You know, like those first few sips were pretty good, and the more I drink it, I'm just kind of like, kind of a one-trick pony there. Kind of disappointing, yeah. Not kind of disappointing. It is disappointing. If I was rating this to spec, this is, I think this was like just barely clear 30. I think this is like a 28 to 32 on a 50-point scale. Even for me on Untapped, you know, I'm pretty generous with my ratings on Untapped. I think this is, I mean, it's not bad, but it's just, it doesn't live up to the hype or like my expectation, or, you know, just what it actually is. I mean, 10.5 ABV with coffee, you know, it should be a pretty big, bold beer. And it's not like this can is a year old. Like, it was just canned in May, I think. So, you know, it's only like maybe 3 months old tops. But, yeah, this to me seems like a kind of a quality control issue. Not familiar with this brewery at all, and it was contract brewed too. So, not familiar with that contract brewery. To me, it's just this just seems like poor quality control, maybe a poor recipe. I mean, I'm not getting diacetyl or anything. It probably comes down to the recipe. I mean, for technical brewing, like, I mean, there should be maybe a little more CO2. There's no foam. Yeah, kind of disappointing. I think on my Untapped, I'll give this a 3, maybe a 3.25. I can't go any higher than that. I mean, I'm not gonna have any trouble finishing this beer, and I kind of wish I had like some cheese or, I don't know, any chips or something to kind of cut it with, just to like to spice it up. So yeah, a little disappointing on that one. So yeah, 3.25 for Bombastic Shiver Coffee Stout. Not a bad beer, just not a great beer at all. All right, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you probably in a couple days.